Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something straight from the heart. I don't care what anybody tells you. When a man truly falls in love, it's not because you gave him everything he wanted. It's because you didn't. It's because you had that one line, that one boundary that told him, I respect myself enough to expect more from you. That's the moment he starts seeing you different. Respect is the ultimate foundation of love. And I'm telling you right now, without it, everything else crumbles. A man can be attracted to you. He can be impressed by you. He can even be obsessed with you for a season. But if there is no respect, there is no forever. Respect is what makes a man look at you and say, that's my queen, and I'm never letting her go. It's what makes him protect you, honor you, and commit you in ways no one else can. When a man respects you, your love isn't fragile. It's strong enough to last through storms, misunderstandings, and life's rough patches. Now, respect doesn't come from giving everything a man asks for. It comes from showing him that you value yourself enough to set standards. It's in the way you speak, the way you handle conflict, and the way you show him that you are not afraid to walk away if you're not being treated right. When you demonstrate that, you make him want to be better. Men rise to the level of the woman they respect. If you carry yourself with dignity, you'll find that the right man will meet you there. The truth is, respect is not about control, and it's not about being cold or distant. It's about clarity. A man feels secure with a woman who knows where she stands and knows what she wants. You don't have to yell, you don't have to beg, and you definitely don't have to threaten. When a man respects you, he listens to you without you having to repeat yourself 100 times. He values your opinion, he seeks your input, and he considers your feelings in every major decision he makes. Some people confuse love with respect, thinking they're the same thing. They're not. A man can love you and still not respect you. And if that's the case, the relationship will always feel unbalanced. He'll love you, but he won't prioritize you. He'll love you, but he won't protect you from situations that hurt you. He'll love you, but he won't put you first. That's why respect has to be there before love can really grow into something unshakable. Respect is earned, but it's also commanded by how you present yourself. If you treat yourself like you're valuable, people around you will start to see you that way too. But if you accept less than what you deserve, it sends the message that you're okay with being taken for granted. And here's the truth about men. They will often test boundaries without even realizing it. It's not always intentional, but it's human nature. When you stand firm in who you are, you teach him where the line is, and he will respect that line if he's the right one for you. A man who respects you will guard your trust. He will think twice before saying something hurtful because he knows your feelings matter. He will keep his word because he knows breaking it would damage the bond between you. He will make sacrifices because he understands your happiness is part of his responsibility as a partner. Respect makes him loyal even when temptation comes knocking. Respect makes him consistent even when life gets hard. And I'll tell you something else. Respect isn't just for the good days. It's tested the most in the bad days. It's easy for someone to be nice to you when everything's going right. But the real test is when you disagree, when you're stressed, when money's tight, or when life throws unexpected problems your way. If he still speaks to you with kindness, still listens to you without dismissing you, still chooses to fight the problem instead of fighting you, that's respect in action. The kind of respect I'm talking about is rare, but it's the backbone of lasting love. It's what turns passion into partnership, attraction into attachment, and dating into devotion. It's what makes a man not just want you today, but need you for a lifetime. When respect is there, you don't have to constantly wonder where you stand, because his actions will tell you every day that you are valued, cherished, and worth protecting. The right boundary inspires deep admiration because it shows a man something he doesn't see every day, a woman who knows her value and is unafraid to protect it. When a man meets a woman who carries herself like that, she instantly stands out. She's not just attractive, she's unforgettable. A boundary isn't about shutting someone out. It's about letting them know the conditions under which they can truly be a part of your life. It's a signal that says, I don't just accept any kind of treatment, I accept only what aligns with my worth. That level of self-awareness commands respect and pulls a man in closer. See, a lot of people think love is about giving without limits, but that's not real love. That's fear of losing someone. Real love has boundaries, because boundaries keep the relationship healthy. They tell both people what's acceptable and what's not. And here's the thing about men. When you draw that line with grace and confidence, it challenges him in a good way. It makes him step up his game. A man who truly wants you won't run from a boundary. He'll rise to meet it. And in doing so, his admiration for you will grow. When you don't have boundaries, you give people too much access too soon. They start thinking they can come and go when they please, say whatever they want without consequence, and treat you like an option instead of a priority. But when you have that one strong boundary, you change the entire dynamic. You tell him, I don't just want your presence, I want your best. And that right there makes him work harder to earn a place in your world. Think about it. When something is rare and valuable, people go out of their way to protect and honor it. They understand that it's not just handed out to anybody. The same principle applies to relationships. A man will admire a woman who knows she's not here to be taken for granted. That boundary becomes like a mirror reflecting back to him the kind of man he needs to be if he wants to stand beside you. Now, let's be real. Setting the right boundary isn't always easy. Sometimes it means having tough conversations. Sometimes it means walking away from someone you care about because they can't respect the line you've drawn. But here's the truth. The short-term discomfort is nothing compared to the long-term peace and love you'll get when the right man comes along and sees your boundary not as an obstacle, but as a sign of your value. Boundaries inspire admiration because they show strength without arrogance. They show self-love without selfishness. They say, I'm willing to love you, but I won't lose myself in the process. And when a man sees that, he knows he's dealing with someone special. He knows he has to put in consistent effort, not just grand gestures. He knows that his actions have to align with his words if he wants to stay in your life. A man who admires you because of your boundaries will treat you differently. He will respect your time, your energy, and your peace. He won't test you just to see how far you'll bend. Instead, he'll protect that boundary because he understands it's part of what makes you the woman he fell for. And the beauty of it is, the more he respects that line, the more his admiration for you deepens over time. I've seen it over and over. Relationships without boundaries burn fast and fade quick. They start off with excitement, but without structure, they fall apart. But when there's a clear standard, a clear expectation, it's like building a house on a solid foundation. The storms may come, but the structure stands because it was built right from the start. That's exactly what the right boundary does. It builds something lasting. The truth is, admiration doesn't come from being available at all times or saying yes to everything. It comes from being intentional about what you allow and who you allow. It comes from knowing that your worth is not negotiable. And when a man sees that in you, he can't help but look at you differently. You become the woman he respects, the woman he cherishes, and the woman he knows he could never replace. Men value what they have to earn. And that's not just an opinion, that's human nature. When something comes too easily, it doesn't always hold the same weight in a man's heart. But when he has to work for it, when he has to prove himself to get it, that's when it becomes precious. That's when he looks at you and says, I fought for this. I'm not about to lose it. Earning something builds appreciation, and appreciation builds effort. The more effort a man puts in, the more connected he becomes to what he's building with you. You can see it in every area of life. Think about the first car someone buys with their own money compared to one they were just handed. That car means more to them, not because it's better, but because they invested in it. They saved for it, sacrificed for it, and worked for it. They'll wash it, maintain it, and protect it because they know what it took to get it. Relationships work the same way. When a man has to earn your trust, your time, and your love, he treats it like a treasure, not a toy. The problem comes when people think love is about making things as easy as possible for the other person. They give too much too soon, thinking it will make him stay, but what it really does is remove the challenge that makes him commit. Men aren't afraid of effort. In fact, effort is what makes him see the relationship as something worth holding on to. If he doesn't have to earn it, he won't feel as responsible for keeping it. Now, earning something doesn't mean playing games or making a man jump through hoops for no reason. It means letting him show you through actions, not just words, that he's serious about you. It means giving him the opportunity to invest his time, energy, and consistency into building something real. The more he invests, the more he values the outcome. And the truth is, a man who puts in that work will naturally feel more committed because he's not just in the relationship, he's a part of the process that built it. A woman who understands this doesn't rush the connection. She lets it grow step by step. She allows him to show his intentions through effort. If he says he'll call, she watches to see if he does. If he says he wants to see her, she pays attention to whether he makes the time. Those little tests aren't games. They're just a reality of finding out if he's willing to do what it takes. And when he does, it builds respect on both sides. Men also value what they have to earn because it makes them feel accomplished. It's not about ego, it's about purpose. A man feels proud when he can say, I showed up, I did the work, and I proved myself. That pride turns into protection. He's not just with you because it's convenient. He's with you because he sees you as a reward he worked for. That's a different level of connection. And it's why so many relationships that start with mutual effort last longer. When you give him the chance to earn you, you're also giving yourself the chance to see his true character. Anyone can act right for a week or a month, but consistency over time is the real test. Earning you means he has to show up not just once, but over and over. And if he does, that's a man who will likely keep showing up long after he's won your heart. The most lasting love stories are built this way. They start with attraction, but they grow through effort. Every call he made, every date he planned, every little way he proved he cared, that becomes part of the foundation. And when a man looks back and sees how much he put in, he's not going to throw it away lightly. He's going to protect it, nurture it, and fight for it because it's his. So when you think about love, don't just think about how to make him fall for you. Think about how to make him earn the right to stay. Not because you're making it difficult, but because you know your worth. The man who earns you will value you, and the man who values you will never stop fighting to keep you. Self-respect sets the standard for how you are treated. And I mean that in every sense of the word. People will treat you the way you allow them to. And what you allow is directly tied to how you feel about yourself. If you see yourself as valuable, as worthy, as deserving of love and kindness, you won't settle for anything less than that. But if you doubt your own worth, you'll let things slide that should have never been acceptable. A man learns how to treat you by watching how you treat yourself. And if you walk in self-respect, you teach him to do the same. Self-respect isn't just about saying, I won't put up with this when something goes wrong. It's about carrying yourself in a way that makes it clear from day one what you expect and what you won't tolerate. It's in your tone, your boundaries, your choices, and your willingness to walk away from situations that don't serve you. When a man sees that you're not desperate to be chosen, but instead you're willing to wait for the right person who will meet your standard, it changes the whole dynamic. He understands that being in your life is a privilege, not a guarantee. One of the most attractive qualities in a woman is self-respect, because it communicates strength without arrogance. It tells a man that you know who you are and what you bring to the table. So you're not going to let just anyone sit there. And trust me, a man will notice the difference. A woman without self-respect might bend over backwards to please someone who's not giving her the same energy. A woman with self-respect will give love freely, but she won't give it blindly. She pays attention to actions, not just words, and she adjusts her response accordingly. When you have self-respect, you stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop making excuses for bad behavior. You stop accepting crumbs when you deserve the whole meal. And here's the thing, when a man meets a woman like that, it forces him to rise up or step aside. If he's serious about you, he's going to match your energy, your effort, and your respect. If he's not, he'll fall away quickly. And that's a good thing, because you won't waste your time on someone who is never going to treat you right. Self-respect is powerful because it's not just about protecting your heart. It's about protecting your peace. It means you don't let chaos into your life just because you're lonely or afraid of being single. It means you'd rather wait for something real than settle for something temporary. And that's the mindset that keeps you from falling into relationships where you're constantly questioning your value. Men admire women who respect themselves because it makes them want to be better men. It's like holding up a mirror and showing them, this is the level I operate at. If you want to be here, you need to operate at this level too. That's not about playing hard to get. It's about being hard to forget. A man might meet plenty of women in his lifetime, but the one who carried herself with self-respect will stick in his mind because she demanded more from him than anyone else did. It's also worth saying that self-respect is contagious. When you live it, you inspire it. A man who starts out not fully understanding your boundaries will begin to mirror your standard once he realizes how much you value yourself. And once that respect is mutual, the love you build together will be stronger, deeper, and more lasting than any relationship built on insecurity or desperation. Here's the truth. You can't control everything about how someone treats you, but you can control what you accept.